Hi guys. Okay, so I know it has been months and months since I posted a video on YouTube, but when I say it's been the craziest couple of months, I am not exaggerating, and it has just been not possible for me to post anything. But obviously I will tell you everything that has been going on. As you know from the title of this video, I just wanted to let everybody know that I am pregnant. It has been such a crazy, surreal, just still trying to get to grips with the fact that this is finally my story. And I will be sharing a lot more of my story in detail, but just as a small little glimpse into just my life. Me and my husband have been trying or had been trying to fall pregnant for almost 10 years, just over 9 years. So it has been a really, really tough journey for us. And as of last year, September, we got the opportunity to do IVF. And so we took that opportunity and ran with it. And so since September last year, it has just been me and my family focusing on that. And then luckily it took the first time and I fell pregnant. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to split the videos, otherwise they'll be just way too long, into 2 parts or more. I don't know, let me know what you guys want. But this one I'm going to be chatting about my first trimester symptoms and just everything that I went through. And then the next video I'm going to do is actually talking more in depth about my IVF experience and just my infertility journey and how that has been for me and my husband, and just that whole craziness. Yeah, so I just thought I would take the time now, instead of like you see so many videos of people doing like week by week. That will take way too long, I think. And also because I was just so sick that I was not able to do week by week. It really has only been probably in the last week or so that I have regained my energy back and am able to sit in front of a camera and be well enough to actually just tell you guys what I've been going through. Sorry, there's a hot bean bag in between my legs, and it's just really hot, but it is absolutely freezing in Cape Town. I think that there's snow on the mountains, and I hate being cold, and also just being pregnant has made me more cold for some reason. So I'm just always bundling up in blankets. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of chat through, very informal chat about the first few weeks of me being pregnant, first like 13, 14 weeks, I guess, up until now. I'm currently 16 weeks pregnant now. I'm feeling so much better, and I am so grateful for being able to just sit here and chat with you guys, because it's really been a hard, lonely, isolating journey. So obviously because we did IVF, it was a little bit different in terms of like finding out that we were pregnant. Obviously we knew we were going to be pregnant, or we were hoping we were going to be. So on the 6th of February was when I did my embryo transfer, and then we had to wait 9 days to get the phone call. So we already were like anticipating the phone call, and it happened. I think also one thing I've learned in this whole journey is that nothing has gone to plan. Of course, like I have been planning the way that I would tell people I was pregnant or how I would fall pregnant, and just everything. Like I had all of these thoughts and plans in mind, obviously because I had been planning it for so long, but nothing has gone the way that I had wanted it to. But it's also just made me let go and just go with the flow and just be happy for the fact that this is actually happening for us. So the day that we found out, we actually had some friends in town, and they aren't from Cape Town, so to take the kids to the aquarium. So we did that, and it was really nice. But the whole day I was just like looking at my phone. I was like, is this where I'm going to get the call, like in the aquarium, like that I'm going to be pregnant? And nothing happened. We went to the aquarium. It was a great time. But then everyone was hungry afterwards, so we decided, okay, let's take them for lunch. So we went to Clark's, and we're sitting in Clark's, and I just get this phone call from a number that's like unknown, but I knew it was the fertility clinic because it's the only phone call I was just, yeah. So I picked it up, and I'm sitting in Clark's. It's loud. It's like, it's just not exactly how I was picturing this sacred moment to happen. But then the nurse phoned us, and very like matter-of-factly as well, like just told us that yes, the tests, the blood results were positive. And I had to like kind of be like, okay, but does that mean I'm pregnant? Like, so then she was like, yes. And then obviously I said yes, and I put the phone down and everything, and we were celebrating. But I still wanted to take a pregnancy test. I just needed to see the words like pregnant, you know. So I'm literally, we're sitting in Clark's, I'm Googling, where can I get a pregnancy test, like where's a pharmacy, like I don't really know town that well. And I was like, okay, so I literally walked to the nearest pharmacy, got a pregnancy test, went inside the Clark's bathroom, which is like, again, not exactly how I envisioned this happening, because it's not a clean bathroom. And I was just like having a giggle with myself, like sitting there going, oh my gosh, I'm doing a pregnancy test in Clark's. Anyway, so did it. It didn't even have to like wait till the full, like I think 3 minutes or whatever, but it said pregnant. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like I had like a moment with myself. And then I came out, and then like I kind of like secretly showed everyone at the table, and we were all like celebrating and stuff. And it was just such an awesome experience, because it was Guillaume's best friend that lives in George, and so it was really awesome for him to be able to have his friend there with him that he doesn't usually see that often. So that was really awesome. And so yeah, that's kind of how we found out that we were pregnant. Of course, we had people like my mom and a handful of friends that like already knew just this whole journey that we've been going through with IVF and everything. So they all knew also that we were going to be getting the phone call that day. So we had to let them all know. But as soon as we got home, we were just so excited. We phoned everybody and FaceTimed everybody, and we told them, and obviously everyone was just so happy. And that day was just it was just like a surreal moment. It didn't feel like it was real. It didn't feel like it was happening to us. It felt like it was happening to somebody else. It just didn't, everything that we had like gone through over the last couple of months, it just hadn't hit us yet, I don't think. But we were so happy, obviously. Yeah, and at that moment, I think I was 4.5 weeks pregnant already. And I'll explain all of that when I chat about the IVF journey and stuff. But yeah, so I was already 4.5 weeks pregnant, and then, you know, a week went by, and we were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're pregnant, like this is crazy. And I was feeling fine. Like I was like, oh, this is fine, like I don't even feel pregnant. I think the only symptom at that time, and even in the waiting period of waiting for my results to see if I was pregnant, the only thing was I was just really tired. I would sleep, I would take naps in the middle of the day, and so that was really my only symptom. Besides that, there was really nothing. And I was like, okay. But I think I had like researched a lot, so I knew that was a possibility. I didn't want to stress and be like, oh, I'm not getting any symptoms or whatever. But I was grateful also for not feeling any symptoms as well, just because you hear of stories of people that go through all of these things, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'm just going to be one of those lucky ones who don't feel all the normal pregnancy stuff. But 6 weeks hit me to the day. It was like a switch had just been switched on, and I just felt so sick, so nauseous from the minute I woke up through the night. It did not go away. It actually got worse during the day, and at nighttime I just couldn't sleep because I was so nauseous. For the first few days I didn't throw up. I just felt really sick, and I was just like, oh, this is horrible. It was just, I was like, oh my gosh, like, is this what it's gonna be like for however long, you know? And of course me, like, I love researching things. I love understanding things. I love understanding my body, knowing what it is. I don't want to just coast through something and not actually like research it. But of course, like, Google becomes your best friend, but it probably shouldn't. Anyway, it did help me a little bit to just really understand like what it is. But then that is when I researched and I found that there was this condition called hyperemesis gravidarum. And I was like, oh my word, like, I hope that that's not me. I hope that I'm just gonna, like, you know, be sick for a couple of weeks and I'm not gonna throw up, and then I'll be fine, you know. I really don't want to have that, because I watched like countless YouTube videos of people that have gone through hyperemesis, and it just sounds like hell, to be very honest. And I just was trying to like be positive, and it was the first week, so I could still kind of be like, no, it's not gonna be me, it's not gonna be me, we're gonna be fine, like, it's gonna be okay. And it just kept on getting worse, to the point where I started throwing up, and I started throwing up like once, twice a day, so like in the morning and then at night. I got to about 8 or 9 weeks was when it really got like bad, and I was not keeping anything down. I was just completely, every single meal that I would have, I would throw up. Water was the worst thing ever, and even though doctors tell you keep yourself hydrated, everyone else tells you drink water, but I couldn't, because every time I drank water, it's like it activated something inside of me and I would throw up. So that was really horrible. So through that, I obviously was so weak. I could hardly walk. I was literally just in bed. My body was sore, and I was obviously going through, like, my boobs were really sore, my back was really sore, and then on top of that, I had, and I still do have this, which is just also the worst thing, is this horrible like taste that stays in your mouth when you eat. And so I found myself like brushing my teeth like 7-8 times a day, like just to get that, because that taste in my mouth just also made me nauseous. So that was about like 8-9 weeks. It was like really hard. I started just kind of sinking into a little bit of a depression, to be honest, because, you know, obviously I have my friends who are messaging me and saying, you know, like moms as well, saying like, yeah, they remember that. And I do have one particular friend who had it really bad as well. But it's just really hard, because people, even if people know what you're going through, you still feel so alone, and you still feel like no one really understands. And then it's hard speaking to moms who didn't really get sick, or they got a little bit nauseous, and they just tell you, oh, just eat some crackers, just, you know, make sure you're eating every 2 or 3 hours, and all of these things that people tell you, you know, when you're pregnant. And none of that worked for me. Like, I tried it, I did all of it, I did as much as I could, but I just stayed nauseous, kept on throwing up, and it was like very demoralizing and very painful, to the point where I was so weak that I had to get taken to the hospital to put IV drip in me. And my veins are like very hard to find, like on a good day. And obviously because I was dehydrated, they couldn't find my veins, so they like were poking me like 3 or 4 times. I was getting like bruises from them not being able to find my veins. But eventually they found like a little one, and it was very small, so I was at the hospital all day, pretty much for like 5.5 hours getting that drip. But it was just also so demoralizing, because that feeling of feeling okay, a little bit better after getting the fluids, really only lasted like a day and a half or so, and then it was like I was back to feeling the way that I was. And it was just the same thing every single day, and I didn't actually know what to do. Like it was hard because, you know, people that see you, so like my mom and my husband obviously, and like, you know, friends that are close enough to really just like really understand, they would get it. But people that you don't see on a daily basis, like, you know, people that you work for, or just like acquaintances and stuff like that, they don't really understand like why it is that you can't like just be to your full capacity. And I felt so like helpless. I felt so demoralized and within myself, just going, oh my gosh, I'm like a failure of a human. Like I can't even, you know, do a simple thing like send an email. Because it was just all consuming. And it was really, really, really hard. I'm still kind of like in that like post-traumatic stress, in that like I would say to Guillaume, my husband, like, okay, so like we're only having one child, because I don't want to ever have to go through this again. And now that I'm kind of like on the other side of it, like I still have those feelings of like, I don't know if I could go through that again. But you know, everyone says just wait till you have your baby, and you know, hold your baby in your arms and you'll feel differently. And you know, I know that there are people, countless people that have had hyperemesis and have 3 or 4 kids, and they've had it every single pregnancy. And I'm just like, you guys are heroes. I don't know how you do it. So I will keep you posted in the next couple of years, whether I do feel differently. But yeah, right now I'm just like, I don't know if I can go through that again. Like I don't know if I'm strong enough for it. But yeah, that's just me being completely real. That is just how I was feeling, and how I am currently feeling. Yeah, so that was about like 8-9 weeks, and it was just like really, really horrible. Then I think 10-11 was also really bad, but like there was like a few days where I was like feeling not as bad. And so I was like, oh my gosh, okay, maybe this is it. Maybe this is like how it ends for me. Yeah, like, you know, I can start feeling better. But it would just be like a day or two of like somewhat of a good day, and then like not throwing up as many times, and you know, feeling a little bit like better. But then it would just like hit me like, you know, double, like 12-13 weeks, and I would be back to feeling the way that I was. And I think that really hit me hard, because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm almost at the end of my first trimester and I'm still feeling so sick. Like maybe I am going to be one of those people that go through this for the rest of my pregnancy, you know, because I know that can happen. And I mean, I'm still not ruling myself out. Like I'm taking, even to this point, like I'm 16 weeks on, like I'm taking it day by day, and I'm just grateful for every single day that I am feeling more myself and healthier. But I have also heard of stories where that can change as well, even at this stage. So every single day is a blessing, and I'm just so happy to be feeling like more like myself. Yeah, and then in my 15th week, in my in my 13th week, we had our fetal assessment, which is like a very detailed ultrasound where the doctor goes through everything, like shows the baby's development, like the heart, the lungs, just like every single part of the baby, which was like such a great ultrasound to have, and just to be able to hear the heartbeat again. And that was the day that we could find out the gender. So we wanted to do a gender reveal and everything like that. So she put the gender inside an envelope, and then we gave it to my friend, and then she kept it. And then the next 2 weeks later, so I had to wait 2 weeks, but we already like sent the invites out. We had made the dates and everything like that for people. So I had to wait 2 weeks, and then it was last week, a week ago today, we found out what we're having. And I will insert the video here for you guys just before I say anything. So I'll play the video for you now, and you can see what it is.
Okay, are you ready? Okay. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
In the morning when I look at your face, I love you. Oh, my little daughter, you're the meaning of grace. I love you.
It's a girl face. It's a girl. You got something in your face.
Cool. And I was so shocked, like in the best way possible. I think we kind of, Guillaume always referred to the baby as a boy, like, oh, I'm gonna have a boy, I'm gonna have a boy. But he was, doing it in jest, like he doesn't care like what we have. But he would just be like, I'm gonna get my little boy. And so I kind of like in myself was also like, okay, it's probably gonna be a boy. And then like I think it was like 2 days before, I was just chatting with my mom, and I was like, what if it's a girl? Like what if we actually have a girl? And it was just like such a special feeling, just like thinking, like taking in that, because I think I had been taking in like boy the whole time and not really like letting it sink in that it could be a girl, and what it would be like to have a girl and everything. So that morning when we found out that it was a girl, it was honestly just the best, most, also again like that feeling that we felt when we found out that we were pregnant. It was like that same feeling. It was just like, oh my gosh, is this actually happening? The whole day I was just like, what, we're having a girl? And I just started getting so much more excited. And we do have a name for her, so now it's just been so nice to be able to just refer to her and to like talk to my belly and talk to her and use her name and stuff. So we will reveal the name in time. I'm not sure if we're gonna reveal it like while I'm pregnant or when she's born, so we haven't decided that yet. So that's kind of been crazy. And then that was when I started feeling better. So 2 or 3 days before my gender reveal was when I was like, okay, like, and I had to do so much shopping for the day. Like I had to buy food, I had to get flowers, I had to like do stuff, and I was so nervous because I was like, how am I gonna walk through a mall? Like I was not well enough to do that. I wasn't healthy enough. I didn't have strength, like literally 3 days prior, so I was quite nervous, and I was like, I really want to just be good for that day. But 2 or 3 days before, I just started gaining more energy, more strength, and I wanted to do stuff, so it was nice to be able to go shopping. And then obviously when I came back from the shops, I would be finished. Like 6 o'clock, I am like in bed sleeping, like sleeping for the night and waking up the next morning. So it was really, I was really tired after those days. And now we are here at 16 weeks. So on Thursday, and it's Saturday today, we did our 16-week scan. So that was the first scan that we actually got to see our gynae in this pregnancy, because for the first 10 weeks we were with the fertility clinic, and they were kind of checking up on us. And then we had the fetal assessment, which was at a different clinic, and then we had our appointment with our gynae, and it was just nice for her to be able to, like, you know, see the baby also for the first time. And now we're gonna just, you know, keep seeing her for that. Yeah, and so that's kind of like where I'm at in my journey so far. I am feeling, yeah, I'm feeling good. I am, and there's no bump yet, really yet to show. I'll maybe try and insert like a little like video showing you like literally what my bump is, but it is very, very small, and I think that that's quite normal for your first baby to not really show. And I was chatting with my mom, and she said that she only really started showing at like 5 months, so like halfway through, like 20-25 weeks, she was like, oh, there's a little bump. So I'm trying to be patient, but it is I every single day, like multiple times a day, I go to the mirror and I'm just like, maybe it's like a little bit bigger now. So yeah, I'm very excited. Tummy is like rounder and like harder, but yeah, just needs to like get bigger now. Yeah, so that's kind of where I am in my journey, and I'm excited to share more with you. Who knows, maybe I'll share more frequently now that I'm feeling better, but we'll see. No promises. I'm gonna try and vlog just daily life stuff, but when it comes to pregnancy stuff, I'll see. Like, I don't want my channel to just be about pregnancy, but at the same time, this is the season I'm in, and so the chances that I'm going to be talking about pregnancy stuff it's quite high. And of course, if there's anything that you guys want to know from me, just let me know in the comments, and I can maybe do a little bit of like a question answer, but yeah, only if that's what you guys want. So just let me know. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much for being so patient in just allowing me to just kind of live these last couple of months just in the moment. I haven't physically been well enough to do anything, and it's just been really hard. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for just like being there and being patient and still following along on Instagram. So yeah, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you can. I'll just leave the link in the bottom of the screen, where I probably will do a little bit more like daily stuff over there, like regarding like my IVF journey, my infertility, and pregnancy journey as well. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope that it will be soon. It definitely will not be in the next 6 months again. I will do one sooner for sure. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.